Rain fell over Duskmoor like it was trying to wash away what the night had done. Kiera awoke on the cold stone floor of the chapel ruins, her skin damp with mist, her mind torn between dreams and memory. Dorian lay a few feet away, pale, unmoving. She crawled toward him. "Dorian." His eyes opened, silver at first, then fading back to shadowed gray. Relief broke through her chest, sharp as pain. "You're alive," she whispered. He sat up slowly, wincing. "Alive enough." His gaze moved to her throat. The mark there pulsed faintly beneath her skin, no longer gold but crimson, alive with its own rhythm. "What happened?" she asked. "You burned the hollow," he said quietly. "You tore it apart from the inside. And then it remade you." Kiera looked down at her hands. Her veins shimmered faintly beneath the surface, and every heartbeat around her echoed like thunder. She could hear the rain outside, the rats in the walls, the slow rise and fall of Dorian's breath. "I can hear everything. It will take time to control," he said. "The thirst will come first." "The thirst?" He didn't answer right away. His silence told her enough. Kiera stood, unsteady but stronger than before. The chapel's candles had burned to stubs, yet the darkness didn't bother her, it felt almost alive beneath her skin. She walked to the cracked window. Dawn pressed weak light across Duskmoor's skyline, gray rooftops, distant bell tower, the woods breathing fog. "Everything looks different," she murmured. "It is," Dorian said. "You're seeing it the way we do." She turned to him, voice trembling. "Then what am I now?" He met her eyes. "Something between." Outside, the air was heavy and wrong. When they stepped into the street, the townspeople's eyes followed them, not in suspicion, but fear. Whispers spread through the market like smoke. "That's her," someone murmured. "The girl from the chapel." Kiera lowered her hood, uneasy. "They can tell." "They feel it," Dorian said. "The hollow left its mark on more than just us." Something stirring again. They passed a vendor's stall where fruit had withered overnight, blackened from the inside. Crows circled the rooftops, restless and silent. Kiera's throat ached suddenly, sharp and deep, like a hunger she couldn't name. The scent of the crowd hit her all at once, warmth, blood, heartbeat. Her knees weakened. "Kiera," Dorian warned, catching her arm. "Breathe. Don't fight it, control it." She tried. Gods, she tried. But the hunger burned hotter, rising until her vision shimmered red. "Dorian," she gasped, "it hurts." He pulled her into an alley, pinning her gently against the wall. "Listen to me. You're stronger than it." "I can smell them," she whispered. "Every one of them." "I know." His voice softened. "But you won't touch them. You'll learn to drink without taking life." Tears welled in her eyes. "What if I can't?" "Then I'll stop you." Their eyes met. The bond between them flared, red against silver, humming through their veins. "You feel it too," she said. "Yes," he breathed. "And that's the danger." A bell tolled somewhere across town, slow, heavy, hollow. Ashbourne's voice echoed faintly from the street ahead. "They're coming again." Dorian turned, tension hardening his features. "The Hollow Guard." Ashbourne stepped into view, soaked and pale. "Worse. The Inquisitors. The church knows what you've done." Kiera's mark flared brighter, her pulse matching the bell. "Then it begins." The bell's echo faded into rain, leaving Duskmoor deathly still. Kiera pulled her cloak tighter, her mark pulsing like a heartbeat beneath the skin. "The Inquisitors," Dorian muttered, his voice low. "Holy men turned hunters. They smell sin like wolves smell blood." Ashbourne's face was grey with fear. They've been waiting years for proof that the Veras still walk among us. You gave them that proof when the chapel burned. Kiera's throat burned again, a deep ache twisting through her veins. Then what do we do? Hide, Dorian said. Until I can draw them away. She shook her head. No. If they find you, they'll kill you. They'll kill you first, he countered. You reek of what they hunt. Thunder cracked overhead, rattling the cobblestones. Down the street, a column of figures emerged from the fog, hooded, armored, carrying lanterns that glowed with a sickly white fire. The Inquisitors. They sanctify the light, Ashbourne whispered. It burns anything touched by the hollow. Kiera flinched. Even from here, she could feel it, a sting crawling along her skin like acid. Come, Dorian said. This way. They slipped into a narrow passage behind the market, walls slick with rain and mold. The air smelled of rust and salt. But as they turned the corner, Kiera froze. A boy stood there, maybe 12. Soaked, shivering, clutching a loaf of bread. His wide eyes locked on her mark, faintly glowing beneath her collar. Run home, she whispered. The boy didn't move. His lip trembled. You're one of them. Before she could speak, he bolted into the street. Dorian cursed under his breath. Hell lead them straight to us. He caught her hand and dragged her deeper into the passage, through a rusted gate that opened into the catacombs beneath the town. The air there was colder, heavier. Water dripped from the ceiling in slow, rhythmic beats. Kiera's hunger surged again, stronger than before. She staggered, pressing her back to the damp stone. Dorian. I can't. He turned to her. Look at me. She did. And that was her mistake. His heartbeat thundered in her ears. The scent of him filled her lungs, warm, alive, perfect. I can't stop it, she whispered. He stepped closer, slowly, eyes steady on hers. Then don't. Her breath caught. You'd let me. If it keeps you alive. He pulled her against him. She hesitated only a moment before her lips brushed his throat. The first taste was electric, not just blood, but something ancient, something that hummed with power. Her hunger roared, drowning out everything else. Enough, he said, voice shaking. But she couldn't stop. The warmth flooding through her was ecstasy and agony both. Kiera. His voice broke through the haze. She tore herself away, horrified. His neck bled, shallow but vivid against pale skin. I'm sorry, she gasped. I didn't mean. He touched her cheek, his hand trembling. Now you understand. Her stomach twisted in shame and terror. I'm a monster. No, he said softly. You're surviving. From somewhere above, the bells began again, louder, faster. The light of torches spilled through the cracks in the tunnel wall. They found us, Ashbourne hissed. The Inquisitors are here. Kiera wiped the blood from her mouth, her pulse still wild. Dorian's eyes darkened. Then we make them regret coming. The first torch hit the catacomb floor with a hiss, its flame cutting through the darkness like a blade. Voices echoed down the stone passage, sharp, commanding, holy words spoken like weapons. They're sealing the exits, Ashbourne said, gripping his rosary tight. If we're caught here, they'll burn us alive. Dorian pressed Kiera behind him. Then we won't be caught. But Kiera's legs trembled. Her heartbeat had changed, slow and heavy, almost predatory. Every pulse from above, the footsteps, the clinking of armor, rang in her skull like thunder. Dorian, she whispered. Something's happening to me. He turned, eyes flicking to the mark glowing beneath her collarbone. The hunger's settling. It's fusing with your veins. You're evolving. Her voice cracked. Evolving into what? He hesitated. Something the church was right to fear. The Inquisitors' light broke through the far archway. Dozens of white flames flared against their armor, silver cross emblems glinting. The one leading them was a woman, her hood down, hair white as ash. She carried a staff tipped with a burning circle. By the grace of the pure flame, she declared, purge this blight. The torches flared brighter. Kiera cried out, the heat clawing her skin. Move! Dorian grabbed her arm, pulling her deeper into the tunnels. Ashbourne stumbled after them, clutching his side. They've sanctified the air, they're choking us with their prayers. Kiera gasped for breath, vision blurring. Her mark pulsed red, then black. The pain changed, became something else. Rage. Dorian saw it too late. Her eyes flashed silver, bright enough to rival the torches. The light rippled down her arms, veins glowing as her nails lengthened into dark claws. Kiera, no! He shouted. She didn't hear him. The hunger roared louder than reason. The first Inquisitor rounded the corner, blade drawn. She moved before thought, slamming her hand into his chest. Light exploded, then he was gone, body turning to ash that drifted into the tunnel air. The others faltered. Even the woman with the staff froze. What are you? She whispered. Kiera stood taller, chest heaving. You called me blight, she said, voice echoing like thunder. Let me show you what that means. She moved like a storm, faster than sight. The catacombs filled with screams, steel clashing, and the scent of burning air. Torches shattered, their white fire swallowed by her red glow. Dorian tried to reach her, shouting her name, but the chaos drowned him out. She tore through the last of the Inquisitors, her body alive with light and shadow both. Then, silence. Ashbourne's voice trembled. Dear God. She killed them all. Kiera stood among the ashes, her breath ragged. Her silver eyes dimmed slowly, her claws fading back into pale fingers. She stared at what she'd done, the blackened stone, the bodies turned to dust. No, she whispered. No, no, no. Dorian stepped forward cautiously. Kiera. Stay back. She screamed. I felt it. I liked it. He froze. Tears streaked down her face, glowing faintly red as they fell. There's something inside me, Dorian. And it's not done yet. The ground trembled. From somewhere deeper in the hollow, a low growl answered her, ancient, hungry, alive. Ashbourne turned pale. You woke it again. The sound rose, echoing through the tunnels, 1,000 whispers woven into one. Dorian drew his blade. We need to get out before it finds us. Kiera stared into the dark, trembling. It's already here. The growl deepened until the walls began to shake. Dust rained from the ceiling. The air turned cold, so cold Kiera's breath showed white. From the darkness ahead, something moved. Not footsteps, something heavier. Crawling. Breathing. Ashbourne backed away. That isn't human. No, Dorian said, eyes fixed on the shadows. It's what my father left behind. The creature emerged piece by piece. Black claws first, long as daggers. Then a shape built of smoke and bone, veins glowing faint red beneath its skin. Its face was half skull, half mist. Kiera's mark burned. She felt it, a thread linking them, heartbeat to heartbeat. It's tied to me, she whispered. Then we sever it, Dorian said, drawing his blade. The beast lunged. He shoved her aside as claws ripped through stone. The shock wave threw them both. Kiera rolled, dazed, then saw Dorian pinned beneath a fallen slab. Dorian. He strained to move. Don't worry about me. The creature turned toward her. Its hollow eyes glowed crimson, the same color as her mark. Kiera's pulse raced. The light spread through her veins like fire. The beast paused, trembling. It feels me, she said. It's obeying. Ashbourne stared. Then command it. Kiera raised her hand. Stop. The creature froze mid-lunge, claws inches from her throat. Dorian freed himself, stunned. You control it. Her voice shook. No. I am it. The beast's form flickered. She felt its hunger echo in her chest. Ashbourne whispered, if it's bound to you, every soul it's devoured lives inside you now. Kiera swallowed hard. Then I can free them. She stepped forward. Release them, she said softly. The beast convulsed. Cracks of light split its chest. Faint voices poured out, crying, whispering, vanishing into air. Dorian tried to reach her. You're killing yourself. I can't let them stay trapped. Her body glowed, veins burning silver. The souls fled one by one. The creature roared, then fell still, crumbling into ash. Silence. Ashbourne dropped to his knees. You freed them. But you also fed the hollow. Every soul release strengthens it. Kiera swayed, light fading from her skin. Then I'll face it. Dorian caught her before she collapsed. You can barely stand. I have to try, she whispered. Ashbourne stared into the darkness. When night falls again, the hollow will rise, and this time, it will come for its queen. Kiera looked at her hands, trembling, glowing faintly red. Then it can find me waiting. Night fell over Duskmoor like a wound reopening. The rain stopped, but the air felt thick, humming with something unseen. Kiera sat in the chapel ruins beside a dying fire, her reflection flickering in the ash. Every breath came slower. Every sound sharper. She could hear the heartbeats of people in the town below, even through stone and distance. It terrified her how beautiful it sounded. Dorian crouched nearby, watching her. You haven't closed your eyes since the hollow faded. I can't, she whispered. Every time I try, I see it. The faces of the souls I freed. They look at me like they want back in. You broke their chains, he said gently. Then why do I feel heavier? He didn't answer. The silence between them was filled by the faint toll of the bell tower, slower now, as if Duskmoor itself had grown tired. Ashbourne entered, his hands stained with soot. The townspeople are leaving. They think the storm is cursed. They're not wrong, Dorian said. The professor set his satchel down. I found something in the archives, a prophecy written after the hollow was first sealed. It speaks of the Blood Queen, a mortal who would inherit both light and hunger. Kiera frowned. And? The Queen's awakening was supposed to bring peace, Ashbourne said, but if the bond was made in blood instead of faith. It brings ruin, Dorian finished. Kiera turned toward the fire. Maybe I'm not supposed to bring peace. The flames flared suddenly, as if hearing her. For a moment, the shadows on the walls twisted into the shape of a crown. Ashbourne's eyes widened. Do you see that? Dorian rose. She's drawing power again. Kiera stood, the mark on her chest glowing faint red. It's not me, it's calling me. From where? She looked toward the window. The forest loomed beyond, dark and endless. The hollow. Dorian stepped forward. Kiera, listen to me. You can't face it alone. You're still learning to control what's inside you. I can't control something that isn't mine, she said quietly. But maybe I can end it. He reached for her hand. If you go, I go. She hesitated, then nodded. Then we go together. Ashbourne slammed his hand on the table. You're both insane. The Hollow is older than the Veyras, older than Duskmoor itself. You can't kill what was never alive. Kiera's gaze hardened. Then I'll make it remember what it feels like to die. She turned toward the door, the air around her rippling faintly with heat. Outside, the streets were deserted. The mist was thicker, moving like it breathed. As they walked, the cobblestones beneath their feet pulsed faintly with light, the Hollow's veins spreading through the town. Do you feel that? Dorian murmured. It's growing, she said. Feeding on fear. A whisper drifted through the fog, familiar, mocking. Come home, my daughter. Kiera stopped, heart hammering. Did you hear that? Dorian nodded. He's inside your mind now. She clenched her fists. Then let him listen. The glow from her mark spread through her veins, tracing her heartbeat in crimson light. The Queen's awakening, Ashbourne whispered behind them. God help us all. The forest outside Duskmoor felt alive. Mist curled between the trees like breath, whispering Kiera's name. The deeper she walked, the quieter the world became, no wind, no birds, only the echo of her heartbeat. Dorian followed close behind, blade drawn, eyes sharp. This place is wrong, he muttered. It's waiting for me, Kiera said softly. Roots twisted under her feet, glowing faintly red like veins under skin. Each pulse answered the rhythm of her mark. Ashbourne trailed a few steps behind, clutching a lantern. The Hollow's threshold, he said. If we go farther, it becomes a realm, half memory, half hunger. What you see may not be real. Kiera stopped. Then how will I know the difference? You won't, Dorian replied. The mist thickened until they could barely see each other. The light from Ashbourne's lantern flickered, then died with a hiss. Dorian. She called. I'm here. His voice came from somewhere behind her, too far. She turned, but the fog shifted like smoke, swallowing him whole. Dorian. Her pulse spiked. The mark on her chest flared, painting the mist in red light. Shapes began to move within it, figures walking slowly, whispering her name. Come home, Kiera. The voice was her father's. She spun around. He stood there, calm, regal, impossibly real. His eyes gleamed with the same faint gold they had when she was a child. No, she whispered. You're dead. Death is just another room, he said. You opened the door when you drank from the chalice. He stepped closer. Look at you. The Hollow's chosen queen. My blood perfected. Am not yours, she said. He smiled faintly. Then why do you still wear my hunger? Her throat tightened. I'll destroy it. I'll destroy you. Then you'll destroy yourself. The mist around him swirled, forming shapes, memories. Her mother's face. Her childhood home. The night her village burned. Each image pierced her like a knife. Stop it. She cried. He reached out a hand. Come back to me, daughter. Let me make it quiet again. Kiera trembled, every instinct screaming to run, yet part of her longed for the warmth in his voice. Her mark pulsed, answering him. A blade cut through the fog. Dorian burst from the mist, eyes blazing. Get away from her. Her father turned, amused. Ah. The boy. Still pretending love can save her. Dorian raised his sword, but his hand shook. The air around the patriarch rippled. Every step he took drew strength from the hollow itself. "You can't fight what she is," he said. "She's mine." Kiera shouted, "No." The ground split beneath them. Red light surged upward like fire. Her father vanished into the glow, laughing as he dissolved. When the light faded, Dorian was kneeling beside her, shaking her shoulders. "Kiera, look at me. Breathe." She gasped, air flooding back into her lungs. The mist was gone, the forest silent again. Ashbourne stumbled through the trees, pale and trembling. "You were gone. Both of you. I thought." Kiera cut him off, voice cold. "It wasn't him. Not all of him. Just a piece the hollow kept." Dorian met her gaze. "Then the real one is waiting deeper." She nodded slowly, the glow in her mark steady and dangerous. "Then that's where we're going." Ashbourne swallowed hard. "If we go farther, there's no way back." Kiera's eyes shimmered silver in the dark. "I already crossed that line." The deeper they went, the less real the world became. The trees bent inward, their trunks twisting into faces, crying, whispering, praying. The ground glowed faintly red beneath their feet, pulsing with the rhythm of Kiera's heart. "This is it," Ashbourne said, his voice breaking. "The hollow's core." A vast chamber opened before them, roots forming walls, the ceiling lost to shadow. At its center, a pool of black water shimmered like glass. Kiera stepped toward it, drawn by something ancient and familiar. Dorian caught her wrist. "Careful. It's alive." "I can feel it," she whispered. "It's calling to me." The water rippled, reflecting not her face, but hundreds of others, souls, trapped and silent, their mouths open in eternal screams. Ashbourne's lantern flickered weakly. "If you touch it, it will consume you." "Maybe that's the point." "Kiera," Dorian said, gripping her shoulder. "You're not alone in this. Whatever happens, I stay with you." She turned to him, eyes silver bright. "Even if I become something else." He smiled faintly. "Then I'll follow you into the dark." For a moment, the world softened. Then the water erupted upward. The pool split open, forming a massive figure, the patriarch, now pure shadow and light, his body built from every soul Kiera had freed. His voice thundered through the hollow. "You think you've stolen my crown, child. You've only finished what I began." He raised an arm, and the roots of the chamber came alive, wrapping around Kiera and Dorian. "Stop!" she shouted, struggling as the vines tightened. "You are the vessel," he said. "The hollow doesn't need me anymore. It needs you." The mark on her chest flared crimson, brighter than ever. The roots holding her began to burn, smoke rising from her skin. Dorian screamed her name, trying to break free. The vines around him glowed white-hot, sealing tighter with every struggle. "Kiera, listen!" he yelled. "You're stronger than him." Her father's laughter filled the chamber. "She's mine. Her blood, her soul, her hunger, mine." Kiera's eyes blazed, silver overtaking red. "Not anymore." The entire hollow trembled. She tore one arm free, light spilling from her palm. The blast shattered half the chamber, sending waves of energy rippling through the roots. The patriarch staggered, but didn't fall. He reached toward her, grasping her face between burning fingers. "Then prove it." Before she could react, his hand pressed over her mark. Agony ripped through her body. Her scream echoed like thunder. The world exploded into fire and shadow. Dorian broke free just as the floor cracked open beneath her. "Kiera." She looked up through the smoke, tears streaking her face. "Don't follow me this time." Then the ground gave way, swallowing her into the dark. The light vanished. Silence swallowed everything. Dorian dropped to his knees at the edge of the pit, rain and ash falling around him. Kiera. Ashbourne limped closer, eyes wide with horror. She's gone. Dorian's hand clenched around the dirt, blood dripping from his knuckles. No, he whispered. She's becoming. Far below, deep in the hollow, a faint heartbeat began to echo, slow, steady, and no longer human.
Consider buying us a coffee so we can keep pushing out free audiobooks for everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe so we stay relevant. Thanks again.